Portraits are a very common type of art that are created with the intention of capturing a person's likeness. While this form of art is very common, it can be a difficult technique for some people to learn how to do, because capturing a person's likeness is very difficult. Just like any object, the likeness is very difficult to achieve. There are some tips and tricks, however, that you can use to capture a person's likeness. Today, I will be going over how to draw a portrait and the benefits of drawing. So there are many possibilities when it comes to creating portraits. Today, I will attempt to teach you the process I take to draw a person from my imagination. This process is like a little bit unorthodox, because I've been drawing for around over 10 years. So before I even learned the process that you're supposed to take to draw, I just came up with my own process that I think makes more sense to me, but it might not make sense to other people. It's okay though. But I don't start with the outline, but if it's something bigger like this, I do. But normally I draw probably around that size. So I'll draw kind of like a circle, but it'll be kind of oval shaped, just to draw their head. And then I'll draw their neck after I draw their head. And then I'll begin with the first eye, and it's kind of just like a curved line. And then I usually like to do the same step on the other side right after to match them up. And then I'll do the other side, and it's almost like a football shape, but it's a little curved. It almost is like a leaf. And then I'll draw the inner corner connecting the two. And then you have inside of their eye, and then I usually make this a little thicker, just for the eyelashes. And then I draw the pupil just by doing a circle and then drawing a little circle on the inside. And then I do the little shine on their eye. And I fill in the rest for the iris. And then I do their eyelid and the eyelashes on the bottom too. And I give them little eye bags usually too, just because it's more realistic. And then I like to draw the eyebrows after that, and it's just little lines. And then you fill it in to make a little shape, and you have it curved down at the end. And you usually have it fade out a little bit towards their nose and the inside. And then to start the nose, I'll start with the bridge. And you have to do this very light, just because most of a nose is just shadows. So then you have this blending tool here, and that makes this easier. So you just go over with this to blend it out, and then you just start drawing a little curve at the bottom for the nose and make the nostrils. And this is usually just very light, so you barely see it. But then for the actual inside of the nostrils, you want it to be darker. you can do like a little bit darker, like out here. And then to do their mouth, you want to do like a little Cupid's bow right here, and then you like just like go out like that, and then kind of replicate it a little closer to the bottom, connect, and then do a little curved shape here. This is not, oh, this is really bad. Okay, I'm sorry. This is why I normally do the head first and then this, because this is way too far down. It's okay. The nose needs to be a lot longer. So it looks a little bad because then this smudges and it doesn't erase very well, but it's okay. Sometimes you make mistakes and you just have to go back and erase. Like so. And so I'll make the mouth. And then I usually like add a little bit of shading for like the cheeks and stuff, just to add a little bit of life to them. And then add a little bit to their lips as well. And then we're gonna do the hair, which I start with like their fringe, and I'll just do like a little side part. This is very simple hair, but you can like add texture if you want, but you just want to like be mindful of the shadows that you do for the hair. Just like some spots are going to be darker and some spots are going to be lighter, so you just draw a little bit less for those spots. And obviously the darker their hair, the more you're going to have to like spend on drawing the hair. So if we want to do like lighter hair, we don't need to do as many brush strokes, but you just want to be going in like the direction where the hair would actually flow for the lines. Yeah, and then you just like refine it a lot and you like go over and you add different things, but that's just like a rough draft. And then now we're gonna move on to the benefits of drawing. So now that you know that, we're gonna blend into the benefits of drawing. So according to FAMSF.org, sketching develops creative thinking by building new connections in your brain. When you do observational sketches, it can cause you to slow down and notice the details, and this can cause you, like, this can inspire you to create like original ideas. And another benefit of drawing is that it improves your motor skills and coordination. When you're sketching, like, new pathways form and it increases blood flow to the reward center in your brain. And then it requires you to, it can allow you to be more present in the moment. And the last benefit that we will be discussing is that it increases like connection by being a way for you to express your individuality, and it can improve your self-esteem. It can also increase your connection with others because it makes you more curious about the world around you. Hopefully you have like maybe a better understanding for how to draw a portrait, potentially. So we will now brush over everything we discussed today. We went over how to draw a portrait, and then we went over the benefits of drawing. Thank you.